Yo, what up, guys? We've got a very special episode of Coach Flarkness this time, as I will be reviewing me. So, I was a little skeptical on the value of this, but the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like a really good idea. I mean, I'm sure I make mistakes during the game, and I'm sure we do a lot of good things while we're pushing as our threes team. And also, I can now use this time to finally go over my distinct choices, strats, and playstyle against every comp, which people have been asking me for a long time. And I haven't really found a good guide format for it, but I can certainly get introduced to the idea by doing it on this Coach Flarkness series. So I finally came around to what should have been a really obvious choice. I mean, that's just a great idea. And hopefully, if this goes well, we'll do some more of my own review of my own gameplay. I think we have a mixture of wins and losses in this VOD. I started about halfway through because I was doing twos coaching earlier. I don't remember what MMR we're at right now. I think we definitely go from 2950 to 3100 across these VODs that I'll be using for this. So that's about the scale that you'll be looking for. And you'll start seeing my choices. So here I swapped to Heartstop Delirium, and I have Blind and Zone. So maybe I pull that back up real quick. I see the comp. I immediately switch these things. I know that I'm going to do it immediately there. Heartstop Delirium for the Arcane Mage to stop his blinks. Zone for all their crazy spell damage. I mean, it's Rogue Mage, that's a given. And then Blind to do good setups with the triples, Ardruid, Mage, and Rogue together. Grip the Ardruid to the Mage and Rogue, and grip them all, or blind them all together. It gives us a couple Chill Streak bounces and our setup globals, and then the Nova comes out of that, and we just do a lot of pressure. So that is a no-brainer choice for me here. I'm always going to run the setup against Rogue Mage, and we need pretty much all the tools. This is what Frost brings to the table against RMX. So there's a lot of good stuff here, and of course I'm going to make that decision. I've been preaching it in my own guides forever, so practice what you preach, right? Now you'll get to see it in action. Hopefully we win this game, so you can see that those guides are helpful. I actually don't remember. We've lost to these guys before. I don't even remember if we lost here. We've lost to these guys before. We've beat these guys before. Let's see. I don't remember which one it was on this map, but I kind of hope it's a win now. Obviously, I'm going to get combat here. I happen to know these guys don't spite, but getting combat against RMX is extremely important because if they sap you, they can do a spike go off of it, and that is devastating. So I know these guys don't spite, and that's good. Respect to them, we don't spite either, so there you go. A virtual nod to each other. But yeah, just getting combat in the beginning is very valuable anyway. So I just run in there, get my first Howling Blast, and you'll see me Howling Blasting all game long to get Gushing Procs, Frost Fever, and Delirium, even if you don't have Rhyme. This isn't PvE. Utility and uptime of these things matters so much more than doing a perfect PvE rotation. This is just a totally different game. So we're going to go Mage. We're going to sit on him for a while. I'm going to get cloned here right in the beginning. Apparently I missed the kick. Actually, I'm going to roll that back. How did that kick go off and I'm cloned? That's a little bit of daddy pom-pom latency. Yeah, no, I guess it's something, right? I mean, the kick shouldn't be able to go off if I'm in a clone, but also I could very much tell that clone was over when the Mind Freeze animation goes off, so just a weird latency problem. Hilarious that I knew what I needed to do there and kick that clone in the beginning so we could get a good opener. And it goes off, but yet I'm cloned. But that's just basic latency. I should have been quicker on that. So anyway, if I was quicker on that, we might have just gotten everything out of him in the opener. This guy's tempted to just my DH's damage. But of course, I'm going to get my Heartstop Delirium on him. They're opening up on Jilly, so I'm probably going to try and peel the Mage in the beginning and just make sure that they don't kill him right in the opener. So there's the double root on us. I'm probably going to IBF grip this, yes. I could tell that I was going to do that. I don't remember this game well, but I kind of do that sort of thing. This guy's got Arcane Power going, which means, and it's all in on the Ardruid. I know they're not going to go me all of a sudden. And pre-IBFing means they wouldn't want to swap to me on that anyway, so I think it's okay to throw that out. But it's really bad to let them just tee off on my healer. You can see he's already half health. And I'm about to grip here. To try and see some of this pressure for a little while so we can get up this wall, get around the pillar, and not get teed off on by this Mage who'll have to use a blink to get there. So using IBF when you're not taking damage is scary, but I think I'd rather have IBF gone than Trinket gone. Because one, getting it on cooldown is better since it's a longer cooldown, and two, Trinket can be used during Garrote Kidneys, which are very, very scary. So there's the IBF grip. And of course I can't get restunned either, which is kind of nice. It looks like they still get a pretty scary go here, but Small Dam kicks the Arcane Missiles, and this guy's not going to get the pressure he needs. You can see this guy's fully hotted. He's going bare. He's going to get behind the pillar. That grip ended up being an okay idea. I probably could have kicked the Arcane Missiles immediately too, but that should be enough. And our healer should live, and now we are going to try and swap the pressure over to them. So you can see I always dip in, try and get that Frost Fever on everything. We have Gushing. We have Cleave when the rogue comes back in. We have 2 pairs of Gushing, honestly, and we have Frost Fever. We have a lot of rot damage and a lot of sustained pressure. So keeping damage on everybody helps keep the rogue out of stealth and also keeps them rotting. Every time the rogue comes back in, if he has Frost Fever and Gushing on him already and then gets Chill Streaked, that is scary. But honestly, we're just playing slow here. Just waiting for a good opportunity to get a go. I'm full polyed here, going to get half polyed out of this. As long as he lives all of this, I think we're kind of thinking that we're going to win the game. This is a lot of CDs committed. That was Arcane Powers, and that was the Rogue CDs. I don't think Vendetta was committed, but just using like Kidney Claw is technically like a CD now. When you kidney him and then these guys 2 Claw, that's like a CD nowadays. So honestly, he lived that opener. That feels good. So I get out of that finally. Immediately you can see my first button press. No Rhyme proc, doesn't matter. Getting that Delirium on him full time. I am a utility bot until we do goes. I am not looking for a perfect, pristine PvE rotation. I'm looking to get Delirium and Gushing Wound on this guy, and that's just what I did there. So if he blinks this, here comes Gilly coming in now because we're trying to get Cleave pressure on him, and he lived through their CDs. So we're pretty sure that we can get pressure. But right here, this guy's blinked. He's used a lot of mobility. You can see we're getting a little frustrated trying to take on him. And the rogue has no hots. You can see me targeting him right here. I think I remember this in comms. We haven't gotten a go all game, but we still have everything, and they don't really have everything. So this rogue has no hots, and we know the Ardruid over here somewhere has no hots. And the Mage is who's been getting targeted the entire time. So we do a swap here, if I recall. I remember targeting this guy and saying that. Let's see if I'm right about that, or is this different? Yeah, so we get the grip on the clone here. I'm proud of this because this is the quick grip on the clone, swap off the Mage who had all the hots. They were very, very confident, right? They look like they have us. He's going for the clone. Mage has hots. Nobody's in trouble. And we just immediately swap over to the rogue who has no hots, recognizing this, do a perfect go, grip blind, and I think, if I recall, 2 targets with no hots, I think this is a kill. 2 targets with no hots getting Chill Streak Nova together is terrifying. And I think they're dead, if I recall. Let's see what happens here, boys. Nova comes down, we get the Rhyme proc, Chill Streak is still bouncing, Rogue's dead. He's going to dress him right here. So this is before I get my Mythic Dresser. He would be double dead. You can see the evasion come out, but it's so late and no cloak committed to the entire Chill Streak. Unfortunately, these guys have beaten us before, so no disrespect to them at all. But this looks like a misplay from Trigger because he's dead now. He's just going to get dressed as soon as the Ardruid comes out. And that's it. That's stun dress right on the rogue. So what ended up happening there is we just really, really punished them from getting complacent. When the Druid goes for a clone, he's pushed way too far in, and the Mage is the only one with hots on their team. Now he doesn't have one because we swapped off of him and they all fell, but nobody else is even really thinking that we're going to go them. Nobody else is thinking that we're going to do anything to them. And we just recognize that. We immediately swap. We get the double stun. Neither of them trinket. No cloak committed. They just get every Chill Streak bounce, right? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No trinket, no sprint away, no cloak. They just really get complacent. They get really low as a result. No hots on them, and they get dressed. So no disrespect to those guys. I swear, I think they just beat us the game before. And I think we made a similar misplay, but now you can see how we're able to capitalize on that kind of stuff too. and that was a good go from us. Yeah, so it looks, MMR is pretty decent. So now we have a game against, let's see. We've got games against Thugonomics and Gorekis. I think that could be a good one to watch. See, the problem is I don't know what games I played here, so we're just gonna have to take a look and just go through them all. I'll probably do like 3 in total, 4 maybe. There's gonna be a lot to say on some of these because they're gonna be long. We'll take a look. Anyway, that's the grip blind Nova chill streak dressed go that I referred to in my latest video, where you let them rot to death and they want to spread out because chill streak and the cleave is too much, and then you just solo dress them. Well, now that I have my dressed, it's even crazier. I should have some videos with that. So, important note. Okay, so we queued into Warlock Feral H-Pal. What does this have? Root from the Feral, Stun from the Feral, Fear from the Lock, Stun from the Lock, Stun from the H-Pal, Root from the Lock. What do those things have in common? They're removed or immuned by Lichborn. So obviously I switched to that. And I switched to Zone. I don't remember if we won this either. I think we've won against these guys as well, but they beat us way more than we beat them. But Lichborn I'm certain is the play. It gives you a 1-minute break on all of those things that I said, and of course you gotta still run Zone. So I run Conflict for Zone, Lichborn, Chill Streak, Heartstone. And that's my setup here. We get a double coiled here. So I actually trinket that and kick him. My trinket's not as super valuable against this, and you see I blew trinket and Lichborn, you're like, oh my god, you're dead. But I'm really not. They're always going to go DH here. Death Strike is very powerful against this when they don't have a Mortal Strike, so I can top myself all the time. And I'm plate. And it's harder for them to isolate me, and I have AMS still, and Lichborn's going to be a lot. Look at this, 49 seconds, and Lichborn is like a trinket every minute, so I'm playing to keep my DH alive. Now, again, I don't know if we win this game, but they don't kill me. They're going to kill him. All right, you can see his health bar already draining, so I trinket kick that. Trinket the coil and kick that bull. And honestly, he would have taken a lot of damage for that. So I'm trying to play pretty proactively here to stop things before we get into bad situations. And that's where the Lichborn and the trinket come in so early into this game, because I don't want them to just free tee off on my DH. So now he's able to meta, get in, and start getting pressure with me. The half Shadow Fury comes in, but I Lichborn the first stun, so now I'm in good shape to play aggressive. The Infernal comes down. As soon as Dark Soul he appears here, I should be able to zone it. I don't think they're going to be able to CC me, and I have AMS for it if I need. But here soon comes the Dark Soul. We're going to do a counter go right here, which actually should delay the Dark Soul long enough for Infernal to kind of be taking away. This is actually going to be a bad go from them. We get the grip blind here and probably the Nova out of that. Looking like we're getting some counter pressure here. Good timing for that. There's the Nova and both trinkets. So we end up getting the last laugh in this chain of events here. His Infernal is going to run out, which means his Dark Soul is very weak, and we still got both trinkets. So we got both trinkets on not a lot of pressure from us, and also get the Dark Soul kind of ruined. So we stop everything and get everything. Pretty good situation for us to be in. Does not guarantee a win by any means whatsoever. They could destroy us at any time. And maybe they do. Again, I don't remember. But there's the triple trinket. We're getting a lot of pressure. He throws that addressed. I don't have Chill Streak or anything, but I have that Lichborn coming back up. Like I mentioned, again, looked a little YOLO. Very calculated. I've queued into this team a bunch, and they really kill these guys over here, not this guy over here, not the Flarkness. So I use these things to try and keep my teammates alive, and now they're already coming back up, and I was never in any trouble at all. So it's okay to do those things, especially with a 1-minute cooldown on Lichborn. That is nothing. So I have no kick here. We're going to try and rotate kicks the best we can. I'm going to get out of that fear, which means I can Lichborn the next stun. That's great. Good out for that. Now you can see we have grip. I have grip War Stomp. I might get that right on Goreki here. Look at this. This is a perfect situation for it. Frost Fever, Frost Fever. 17 seconds until Chill Streak. We could cleave all 3 of them and then do a Chill Streak go. They have no trinkets. Let's see if I set that up. I might not. Guess I wait for the go. That is a mistake. I would have gripped Chill Streak. I would have gripped War Stomp right there. They have no trinkets. We could cleave all three of them, make them panic right before we do the actual go with Grip Blind Nova 27 seconds later. So that is a misplay, I'd say. I think I should just do that. They were all ready and stacked for it. We could just keep the pressure on them. That's a misplay for me. I think I should have just set that up right there. So, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely just set that up right there. Luckily, he's able to get a burn anyway, which is kind of nice, but he could have just half-stunned off my War Stomp go and gotten a burn while cleaving them all to death. And that's really good because burn does damage. So, yeah, just a misplay for me. I should have gotten that. I'm going to probably look for a zone. Is that what I did? What was that panic twitch that I just did there? I guess I was probably asking them, yo, what do we need? Because Dark Soul came down, but I didn't need to zone it because Infernal was down forever, like I was mentioning before. Gareki is going for a drink here, but I don't think that really matters. Ended up not pressing the zone, obviously, because it was just Dark Soul. So I guess we assumed that it did not, in fact, matter. Shadow Fury comes down and gets dispelled immediately. I have Chill Streak back up. Should be looking for a go here. H-Pal's obviously max ranging. I'm probably saying that to my team right now, but we could just do a Chill Streak go on these guys together who are taking a lot of damage, and then CC out the H-Pal. That actually is starting to look game-winning. I wonder if that's viable. Now he's coming in. We Grip Blind every time there, so that's Grip Blind, Nova, Chill Streak. Now you're going to get used to those because we're going to do that a lot. And there's the blind. So you can see, actually, you see that? Maybe that. It's unfortunate this is going to be buried in a Coach Flarkness video, and this is one of my biggest asked questions. What the heck is with the blind? What does it do? Doesn't it just break on damage? Why would you run that? You can see how many valuable globals we get while they wander around disoriented while we're trying to set up. What setup even means is get Chill Streak to start bouncing, get the DH in position. Maybe he needs to build Fury. Maybe he wants to do an immediate, have enough Fury so he does an immediate Nova into, I-Beam or something for cleave pressure like that. And it helps the Chill Streak bounce as well, like I mentioned. So take a look at this. Pillar comes down, Chains comes out. We're waiting to set up on this guy. We get him pretty low while Gareki is over there in a clone. And then we're going to immediately do a go. He kind of wanders a little too close. And now as soon as he gets in range here, we're going to be able to get that go. And you can see the Grip Blind, right? Okay, so there's the blind. So that would have just been Grip Nova, right? So look at all the time we get, right? That is an entire global worth of time. And you may think, what, dude? That's nothing. But did you see that amount of time where they could have freedomed and sprinted away before that Nova came in? So what happens if he's just slightly out of range, right? Now, the Chill Streak doesn't bounce if it bounces to him, or he can just right out of the Nova get far enough away that it stops bouncing after. But look how tight this is, see? All three of them. H-Pal, Feral, Lock. Feral, Lock, all of their health bars are stacked on top of each other because we don't give them that time to move out. We don't give them any time to move out with the Grip Immediate Blind. They're blinded midair as they kind of get gripped in here. So it gives you that global, that entire game tick of time to get setups like this, where Chill Streak is already bouncing, the Nova's got all three of them perfectly stacked. I press this Howling Blast Rhyme proc right here for huge damage on all three of them, right? And that's just, yeah, there you go. And that's just a real go. So that gets all of them to half health. None of them have trinkets. We should be getting pressure here. Again, I don't know if this is a win. I kind of start to remember that it might not be. I think our DH dies. But there's some good stuff going on here for sure. And there's survival instincts. You can see we get walls out of them. We get a lot of fear. They still don't have trinkets. It's just that was just a good go. And that's kind of what it looks like. We kick the bolt here, but then I get full cloned. So we're just going to try and put Howling Blast on everybody, soften them all up, get that pillar down, start doing that sustained damage while we wait for the next go, and do everything I can to keep my teammate alive. I'm surprised he didn't go for that clone again. Probably because it was fully DR'd there. I don't know if he was going for the Archer and then check. We get the kick on that Chaos Bolt. Gareki all of a sudden taking a lot of damage. It would be nice to actually do another Grip War Stomp go, but without Chill Streak it feels kind of bad there. And Small Dam might be dead. So I zone here. I wonder if he's dead anyway. I zoned nothing because I was sure he was dead. Okay, so that was actually sick. Ooh. So there's a play, right? We're panicking, and he's dips to 10,000, 20,000, I think it was 30,000 maybe, health. So if he's dead, it doesn't matter how many CDs we overlap. It's all still better than him being dead, right? Because we don't win if he's dead. I never 2v3 these guys. That's just not happening. Sorry, guys. But we can win if he's alive. So this gives us a fraction of an opportunity, and he was really dead there. So I can't tell. I think he darked. I think we darked and zoned overlapped. I don't know which one came out perfectly first. I think it was in a stun chain there, but obviously we panic. But getting something is probably better than getting nothing. Zone there on no CDs is very scary, but we can't just line the Locks Chaos Bolt, which I think we're probably talking about now. So right here you see Zone and Darkness on the ground. Dark Soul up in 37. We're talking immediately. You guys know we're talking immediately about, oh, dude, you might have to line the next zone. So that's something you might want to communicate with your teammates. Okay, guys, they have cooldowns, and we do not. Get ready to play hyper defensive, and that's probably what we're saying right now. So, but maybe we can also get pressure to stop it. If you get a perfect go during it, that also works. Again, it's like 9 seconds where it shuts them down completely. If you get War Stomps and Blinds and Novas and Chill Streaks that they have to run out of, and then a kick. I mean, that stops a long time of Dark Soul if you're ready for it. You know, we have a go in 10 seconds. You can see it's going to just be calibrated with my blind CD. So I grip War Stomp there beforehand to try and get Chill Streaks because I am panicked that we have nothing and try and get pressure. That is a clear and obvious mistake. There's no reason why I did that. I was trying to get pressure because I knew we had nothing. There is no reason to do that at all. We're way too close to go coming back up for us to ever do that. So that is just unfortunately a misplay. You can make them and still win games, thankfully. Everybody in both teams are going to make misplays, and that's definitely one of them. But that one was pretty unfortunate, because now we have to wait 15 seconds on this grip. It did get some good pressure out. It's possible that it just kind of faked some... I mean, it could fake, like, the go and put them into, like, a sense where they think we're not going to do something, and then we do a grip blind chill streak go, which is... Or a grip blind AoE burst go, which is pretty good. I get cloned here, which doesn't matter because I have nothing. Now they're getting all this bolts on him, but I had nothing to stop him really anyway. I can kick next when I come out of this. Oh, I panic and blind, and we Nova both. Right, because I don't have Chill Streak anyway, so I wasn't concerned about getting the everything. So it looks like we are playing panicked here. These guys are insane, right? It's Gorecki, Thugonomics, and Born Good. So we're obviously playing panicked here. Looking back on this was actually a really good idea, because even though we do a lot of crazy things pretty well, and for maybe the average viewer that watches this, some of these things are going to seem like really wild. Well, we make mistakes too, and so does the other team, by the way. Maybe not as much in this game. It seems like they're kind of a little bit more controlled than we are, but you know, don't be too hard on yourself. If I was, I guess I'd be pretty sad right now. Here we get that burn. He'd stun dress them, solo dress them. We're alive though. So when you think about it, are they like egregious, destructive mistakes? We're trying to live. Because he's 50k mana, he's 50k mana. We still have win conditions left and right if we just get their CDs and kill them. So we're trying to live. It's not like we're sitting there going, whoops, I used all of my defensives for no reason. I mean, it's Thugonomics doing damn, and we were very scared, and we knew he had Dark Soul back up, so we're blinding and we're trying to peel. And we're getting trinkets, which is actually pretty nuts. So that's going to give us the next go. That's going to be really powerful. But right now, it's like, Infernal's down. I think it's just time to line. I can Lichborn kick things, so I can sit in the entire time. So I'm going to change the Warlock, and he's going to line, and we're going to play really defensive. So this is sick. So what happens here now? Gorecki's going for a drink. I think we might go to stop it. But I know I have Lichborn AMS, so I know I'm not going to die, because I can Lichborn kick him and grip him, and then AMS one of the bolts and just Death Strike off of him since I have no Mortal Strike. So I get to stay in and just disrupt this guy from doing anything. And you may think, well, it's not Dark Soul, so who cares? But when the Infernal falls, once again, before Dark Soul comes back in, then it does no damage. So he's sad. So you need to have both of those things in tandem to make it so disgustingly overpowered. If you only have one, it's really not that scary. And nobody really just kind of throws out a Dark Soul, generally. So that whole thing might end up being wasted because of my Lichborn AMS being available. And he metas over to get that drink. So we're both actually playing very well situationally, just playing out of our minds. Nothing really mechanically, but just smart gameplay decisions where we're throwing out things that are in order to give us a win condition. So the lock does nothing during that Infernal. And except for that, but that's everything out of us. So we have Bark and Blur. We were able to stop enough of that this Infernal is going to be going down by the time Dark Soul goes up. That was his Dressed and Small Dam. Honestly, totally fine. So pretty good stop there. Now we have Grip for the H-Paw. I think I might have been trying to remove a Hodge there. I'm not actually sure what I was looking for. He was kind of just standing on my Ardruid, right? Yeah, he was boxing out my Ardruid, I think. Oh, how far back did I go? Oh, awkward. Oh, not that far. Okay. So let's take a look at the sequence then. All right, we change, we slow. We line a lot of this Infernal, then we meta over to the Blink, or the Drink, rather. And we have our DH drop pretty low beyond that pillar, get Dressed, but then get Barked and Blurred. And he's fine, and then Dark Soul comes out. And the H-Pal kind of trying to stand over by Gilly and box him out, so I think I just grip him. Just to have him not do that since we don't have a go for a while. There's the Bark Blur, totally fine. Yeah, so he's standing right on my Ardruid, grip him away, stunning that bolt. He gets one off, he gets two. Do I have any kicks for this? I think I did. I think I might be panicked and trolling. No, he's just lining. There's no reason to kick any of this, and I get cloned anyway. Honestly, it's funny because I'm so scrutinizing every mistake that I could be making, but it looks like they kind of threw there too, right? Now they lose all their pressure, no damage off of Dark Soul. He lines and they clone me, which means they have nobody to swap to, which means I was able to hold Lichborn and Amos. I mean, if he swaps to me with Dark Soul bolts, even if they're not Infernal, if they're still Dark Soul bolts and they both tee off on me while my other guys are behind the pillar, I have to Lichborn AMS there. They just save my CD and get nothing out of it, right? So now I can once again stop everything that the Warlock is trying to do here. There's the Lichborn, get out of the fear, chains him. Now we just get to be okay for free. I mean, that's pretty good. Here's a Grip Blind, War Stomp. Just trying to get something out of them. The Nova comes out of that half. I had no Chill Streak, but I was just hoping we would get something out of them. Or, we have a lot of cleave damage, so we're rotting them. I think we are about to lose this game, though. If I recall. We beat them once, but I'm not sure this is the one. So, let's see. Coils are coming in. I trinket that. That's the chains. So I am just... Oh, that's gross. I am just a sad boy. I'm just stopping the Warlock. I'm sitting on him with Lichborn and AMS. That is the common theme of the game. That's a really unfortunate thing that just happened in this game right now. So we'll just be here now. It's just a lot of, sitting on a Warlock stopping things until our CDs come back up. But once again, Greggy going for drinks. You're going to see me, I guess the name of the game here for Frost DK Unlock with Lichborn is just never be afraid because it's your partners that are probably going to die. So just always be in stopping things because it looks like, we did a good job surviving against their pretty absurd burst. This game's still going and we're in dampening now. So yeah, I would just always sit on the lock. It seems like that is the play. Despite making a few misplays and a few panic plays here and there, we have disrupted enough of their goes just by sitting on the lock with those two abilities, Lichborn AMS. To be in this game. Right now, we're going to see a lot more of that. Try and hold my kick when it doesn't matter. I have mine back up. You'll probably see me kick something soon. Kick Fear. Don't want to give them anything. I have a Grip, Blind, And a War Stomp up, but no Chill Streak, so I could get more of that cleave pressure trying to bait some of their trinkets, maybe the Warlocks. H-Pal is nothing. We're winning mana. Maybe. It's pretty close. We get the Grip Blind. We War Stomp out of that. Like I said, trying to get pressure. He looking for burns on it. That's pretty good. A little bit of cleave again. Keeping Frost Fever on all three. Probably going to rechains this guy out of Clone. Maybe not. Maybe I just let him walk over here. Should probably keep chains on this Warlock, especially now it's out of Dark Soul. Or out of Zone. I Dark Souled him. Or I zoned his Dark Soul pretty immediately there, but I needed chains on him earlier. He can be gripped right back in, but we're just shredding him right now with a solo dress there. Yeah, I grip the bolt and stand in my own zone. That's the entire Dark Soul anyway. Honestly, I think we just did a really good job of disrupting Thugonomics. I wonder if we do win this game. And now we go right back to the minigame of rotating Lichborn and AMS to stop Thugonomics while we wait for goes. Now we're just kind of ooming Gorecki. I don't know. They could maybe... oh, you know what? I think Gilly gets soloed around a pillar. I'm having Vietnam flashbacks about him getting soloed around a pillar. Yeah, okay. There you go. If right when I saw him tip beyond that pillar and he was dead. I remember this game. So we did do a lot to stop them, and then he got dressed beyond the pillar and died. So we did make mistakes. They ended up not mattering because the way we lost was that. But, you know, there's a lot of good, a lot of bad. That's a funny one. We do beat this team once, but it is not that one. I remember that now, dude. Flashbacks, man. I can even remember what he's saying right now, where he's like, well, I'm dead. It's funny, dude. Let's get a couple more games in here. Ooh, this one should be a fun one. So now that you see a little bit of the things that I'm thinking about when we're like stopping things, I'll go a little quicker here. There we go. Again, hard stop, delirium, zone, conflict major. That's what you need. Hard stop, delirium for the Magus, and zone for the combust, and you know, grip line for the goes. You're gonna see a lot of that, especially at this MMR. There's a lot of these mage things. I don't know if you guys have ever queued into one of those. They're kind of underground right now. Not a lot of people play them, but it's pretty interesting to queue into them. So this is a good game. I have to stay alive. This one can go me. Sharpen Blade and Disarm and Bleeds really fuck Death Knight. And I think they do go me. But yeah, you'll just see me reapplying Hard Stop Delirium a lot and trying to get goes. So I'm going to IBF this. That's a little high commitment rather, to an opener. But it helps Gilly sit this first CC and not be in too much trouble. I have to Trinket AMS to disarm. That's wrong. Okay, so I probably should have trinketed and not AMS'd and just Death Striked up, but I was really panicking because they were doing a lot of damage, and I think he was calling, yeah, so you can say, okay, double claws on me, so let's take a look at that. I IBF the first stun, and then had to trinket the disarm and AMS the claw, because 1 claw, 2 claw, right? So I IBF the stun, trinket the disarm, and AMS the claw. Could I have just AMS'd and not worried about Death Strike? No, I don't think so. Because that's sharpened double claw. The AMS would have shred the claw, and I would have died. Yeah, I think I have to commit all of those things, which is terrifying to even think about. But we're playing Ardruid melee cleaves, which is really weird. So anyway, I think I did have to do all of that. I mean, you saw how much my health bar spiked when I pressed all 3 of those buttons. What if I hadn't pressed 1? I think that would have been a very scary situation. We still have Dark and Barkskin and his trinket and Zone. So we have answers for Combust. Right here we get the Grip Blind Nova and try and get some counter pressure back the other way. The H-Pal cheats and doesn't get blinded somehow. I don't know what the fuck. You guys see that? I swear I remember that. I remember saying, how the fuck did this guy not get blinded? Let's watch the whole setup again. We're gonna see me get massacred. So IBF this, he disarms it, and I'm dead. So I have to trinket AMS. Yeah, I have to do those things. Okay, so I grip, blind. Dude. That's baloney. That guy should have been blinded. We get the triple Nova anyway, and we get the double trinket. So we're happy, but that's baloney. I am certain that that guy was in blind range. You can see it, dude. So now we're just going to sit on the Mage forever and ever and ever. We got both trinkets, and we got the Heartstop Delirium on him. Every time he dispels, you're going to see me reapply it as quick as possible. Frost Fever, Delirium, back on him. And we get the second one, Frost Fever, Delirium, back on him. And we're just going to sit on the Mage, stop all those blanks. We got Rally, we got Bops, we got CDs. We're just rotating through things. We need to keep the pressure up because I have no IBF, no AMS, and no trinket. So you're going to see us just go as hard as we can. Now, some people would get scared. They would, right? We've panicked before in that lock game, but we still played it deep until we got soloed behind a pillar. But sometimes you would really panic here, and you'd be like, oh, should I come back? No, or wait, okay, maybe we should align here. And while you're thinking about that, doing all of that shit, they tee off on you and you get massacred. But we know what we got to do. We have to get pressure on the Mage. We can't let him do whatever. Kick fireballs, kick polys, just stop his damage and stay aggressive. So there is a crazy go. So we get, and I guess that dressed gives us caught, block, and sack. So that is a perfect representation of what I'm talking about. We stay aggressive on him. We had already gotten their trinkets. We have Heartstop Delirium for him, so he has to sit there and face tank. We get it dressed off, and he gets massacred. Now, you'll notice on the flip side, I have a Mally on me, Colossus Smash, Rend. I'm pretty scared too. So I try and Death Strike through the Maledict. There's the Dark. That's the only way I was going to live. Of course, I sit in that Dark. I never run out of it. Grip him back in. I'm not going to sit there and waste the only CD that I have to save me. I think I'm alive here. I think we win this game, if I recall. But this is a really scary situation. This is just because of what they were able to do to me in the opener. I have AMS and 8. I'm sitting in the Dark, and I'm pressing Death Strike every global. And I gripped him back in to stop CC, to stop casts, and to stay in the Dark. So I do live. Yeah. It's very sketchy. Now I have to zone as well, I think. He fell eruptions it. No, I end up not having to zone because I get overgrowth and everything's on me. So terrifying, but I think we played that pretty right. Fell eruptions on that combust immediately, and I press Death Strike every fucking global, and we live. There's another dressed, get that temp. We're getting a lot of pressure on these guys. They're running out of CDs. That's wings, but as far as the other ones, the trinkets and the bops and the cop block, they're running out of it. We might end up killing them here soon. You can see my chill streak coming back up. Grip War Stomp. This is a perfect time for me to set up. I have AMS back so I can play aggressive. Trinket not for a while, but they have no kidney shot. I'm going to grip War Stomp, I think, here. Yep. Grip Blind, rather. Nova. Chill streak. Half bash. Mage is looking kind of dead. Wings is going to be able to top them. But we're just keeping the pressure on them. We're keeping them under a lot of pressure, and I'm playing on the back foot now, just like we did to get caught and blocked the first time. Wings, it's going to bomb some heals into him, but we're still getting so much pressure out, and I could just pillar again now as we just rotate through offensives, essentially. There's the pillar coming down, getting more pressure on him. We're not letting up on the gas pedal, and that's going to help me get back to my CDs. So this is a good recovery. I think it might get scary here in a second, though. There's a grip and War Stomp. Okay, so I end up, this is kind of what I'm saying, where you kind of get constant goes with grip, War Stomp, grip, blind, chill streak, Nova. And this time I'm ending up doing it really well. You can see a situation on your screen right now that looks really good. What is that situation? 3 guys perfectly stacked in Frosty KDH cleave with triple War Stomp on them. No trinket from Mage or Paladin if they wanted to panic trinket, even though it's just a War Stomp. A triple I-beam small dam here. And me with procs just getting triple Frost Fever cleave on all 3. And probably a gushing or 2 out there. That is a very good situation. The half fell eruption comes in, and that's Bob. So you can see how much CDs we get by constantly doing goes. Grip Blind Nova. Grip War Stomp. Grip Blind Nova. Just always be doing damage. Stay aggressive. We end up getting so much out of them there. I don't end up having a trinket for this, but I don't need it. And I have AMS back up, so I'm going to stay aggressive, just like the name of the game's been. And once again, grip back up in 6. We can do a grip go. As soon as blind comes back up, we have that chill streak available. Just looking for pressure. Here comes the pillar. Obviously, I'm setting up. I always want a pillar before the chill streak goes. because it gives you that icy citadel by the time you press it. So you just pillar through them, get that frost whelp, start setting up damage, building your pillar up, and then you can chill streak as soon as it's coming back up. 10 seconds left. You can see that we're always going to be on the timer of this cooldown right here, the blind. And I'm still saving my AMS and my trinket on my zone, obviously, for when they start getting pressure again. So this time we're rotating those CDs very properly. We're looking for that go right now. He has to bubble that, so we see that, okay? So obviously my bind came up, my grip is available, everything's here, but we see the bubble. We communicate that to each other. We talk about how bubbles up, go right out of this, and we're gonna probably go right out of this if they don't die. That's bubble sack, but the bubble's gonna drop, which means we can do a go here and cleave all three of them. I don't know how fast we get this, but we should get it right now. That's Maledict double claw on me, by the way. This is AMS. Yeah, so I AMS that. My healer communicates with me. He says, yo, that's everything. That's Maledict double claw. So I use anti-magic shield. We prevent that go. Now this guy's sacked. This is a perfect time to counter go. I'm delaying it a little too hard here. I should get it right now. Oh, actually, I'm probably waiting out probably waiting out the sack because of wings. If anything, we should just kill the mage here. I don't think we have an answer. So I dip very, very low here. Perfect time for a counter go. We get all three trinkets. So perfect time for a counter go. And I'm probably going to zone or something. I don't know. I'm dead. Yeah, I do zone there. So I think that was probably a good play. Helps everybody recover here. We're really just me, and we got all trinkets, so it's just time to play aggressive. All I have to do is live, and we win, so I'm really glad I pressed that button there. Pillar comes down. Once again, setting up. You can see those coming back up so fast from Ice Cap. Great, great talent to have for sustained pressure. He throws a Maledict on me, but I'm 100% health and in no trouble at all. I have a War Stomp up at 16 for my next setup. You'll see me looking at that for a while. This guy's trying to get set up as well. This has been a very back and forth game, but this is looking good. I can chill streak here and kill him. So yeah, so obviously I throw out that chill streak as they're both stacked because I know we have pressure. That's the stun into half bash on the H-Pal, and that's the kill. Just a crazy game, right? A lot of cooldown management, good cooldown management from us and from them. Good play from both teams. They triple trinketed there at the end, and it sucked for them. I'm not sure it cost them the game, and they almost got the win off of it. I think I had a good zone there, and our Druid had a great response to it as well. But, you know, just a tough-fought game from both teams, and Heartstop Delirium plus good sustained pressure ended up being the answer there. So we're going to go into today's games, which I played today. We got, how long? 42 minutes? Last game, boys, last game. So we're going to take a look at some of today's games. We're about 30-50 CR now. That's where we ended tonight. Let's see one of these games. This is where we're currently playing. I do have a Mythic Dressed. I shouldn't actually run it in this. So I like this game because we do really, really, really good setups, but I make my first itemization error that I've made in quite some time because I shouldn't run Dressed into all his pets. I should just run... Maraktha's or Badge. So you can see me swapping over. I get Chill Streak, I get Blood of the Enemy, I get all my essences switched out because I want to do crazy AoE cleave to a melee cleave, but I don't switch out the Dressed, which ends up being really bad because there's never a good time to Dressed. But this is a really good game. So we'll just watch it out and we'll commentate on this one, and that will be our video. So let's watch it together, boys. What we're going to do is we're going to do Grip Line, Nova, Chill Streak goes like we always do. But this time we're just going to really put the pressure in on the melee DPS the entire time. Instead of kind of looking at the Arshaman and trying to pull him over, we're going to save him for the end. Now we are going to all in the DK and the DH, whoever's really running at our Druid, and it gives me so much cleave. I destroy his pets, which destroys his damage, and I get that Frostwhelp's Indignation stacks from hitting them all. I get Rhyme procs all the time from Frozen Tempest, so I'm just constantly doing damage to them. And also killing their damage. Now you can see this opener, it looks like, oh my god, they're insane, how are they doing that much damage? How do you guys even win? You guys are going to get destroyed in the opener. But with no Mortal Strike and so much output, my Death Strike heals for so much, so I just tend to heal through this. Hopefully that doesn't happen too much. So yeah, a huge amount of damage from Valito and Andrew. Crazy amounts of damage, but we end up healing through it. It's not too difficult. You can see my health bar just spiking so much. It looks terrifying, but it's really not. And I'm just gonna Death Strike every global to get that back up. This is a grip blind go that we recognize here. The DH has no trinket already, so this is a really good time for a chill streak blow to the enemy. And we're gonna get it. Andrew Fel rushes out as soon as he can, which stops the chill streak, but the damage was still done. We get an imprison there, and I have dressed, which is unfortunate, but we get some good pressure on the DH now, and you're going to see a lot of that. So the name of the game is stay alive, chains all melee, go whoever's attacking our druid after goes, so in between goes, and grip blind, war stomp, chill streak the Arshaman. And we'll switch to him a lot while something like this happens. And also I kept the DH really low, but then we're going to immediately swap back. We get some pressure there, but you can see right when I say immediately swap back, that's what we do, right? We chains DK, chains DH. And he can get out of them, which is unfortunate, so I have to run around the corner, try and get that back on these guys. Doing a grip war stomp go here. Just trying to peel for my Archer. He takes a ton of damage in this opener. I actually think this grip war stomp might have done more to save the game than I think, because the DH has no trinket and none of them really want a trinket, so it's kind of like a really insane pseudo CC because he is purging and they're both doing obscene damage. I think it just takes the pressure off from for long enough. Yeah, you can see him right after that kind of spike back up, and then he's okay. Then the chains are able to come back out because he doesn't have his mobility anymore, and we get a lot of pressure in that grip war stomp, so you can see how valuable doing those goes are. And once again, the name of the game, stay alive. Again, it looks scary there, but it's never scary. With AMS and Death Strike against No Mortal Strike, I will be okay. I will live until late dampen. So once again, chainsing the DH. The DK kind of peeled out, and we're going to chains him when he tries to run across. Getting those pillar setups, getting a grip before the grounding was insane. And the full blind you can see here, and this guy's low with no trinket. I mean, we are actually doing really well into this. That was actually, I think, the end of the game. But we missed the Nova a little bit there. He gets a Fel Rush off, smashes into a wall, but he's out of range on that Nova. So I don't know how he got out of that, but just unfortunate because I think we really were close to having that game. I mean, they have CDs, but that was about to do a lot of damage to him, and he was already half. But doesn't matter, just a minor thing, and we're going to keep the game going. I keep chains on him. I'm trying to rotate through these CDs. I get all of the time when these things come back up, I immediately use them again. Remorseless, Pillar, Empower. The only thing you're not going to see used much is Dressed. I'm looking for maybe a snipe kill on the DH when he gets low. It was just a bad trinket choice here. It wasn't even a choice. I just forgot to switch it out. I was going to switch it to Marathas Fang, which would have been a perfect trinket choice here. I think we would have won even easier. Spoiler, we do win this game. It was this today. I don't have that bad of a memory. But yeah, we get a lot of cleave pressure on all of his pets here. Sometimes we kill some of the pets, which stops all of their damage, and just really good goes here. Every time they're up, as long as Arshaman is in range, which so far he has been. Here's the meta from the DH. I'm going to probably IBF this. Yeah, so stun, I was low. We don't want to use too much of my Archery's mana, so I don't want to fall too far behind. So IBF to get out of that stun to peel for him. I'm just going to, once again, the routine, rotate my CDs, keep chains on both to the best of my ability. He Vengeful retreats that one. We're trying to get pressure on the DK. We're not super worried about Gilly. I was going back to put chains on him. He gets a full clone. Now I'm going to chains him as he runs across the map there on the DK. And on the DH. You can see there it is. He Fel Rushed, but he still got it on him. And we're just waiting for Ghost to come back up. There's Blind, Grip up in 4, Pillar, Remorseless, Chill Shake Blood. We're going to try and get another go here. Our Shaman might try and stay max range. He does not, so he gets blinded. You can see the R Shaman, somebody, I guess DK AMS'd and the DH may have been just out of it. Yeah, I think the DH was just out of it. So I didn't really have a good chill streak target, so I held it. and the hold was really good. I chill streak them both right here in the blood of the enemy. He goes up in the air, which actually probably saves them. Once again, that could have been both of them dead, because I got a chill streak double blood, and they were perfectly stacked, but he goes up in the air to stop it. Pretty tilted about that one. Andrew once again dying in the air, so yeah, I think that would have been a kill. Our shaman taking a lot of damage. You can see we swap over to him. Looks like a kill. I trinket the sap for it, and he gets the earthen down. That was a pretty greedy trinket, but you can see what we're doing to that guy. It's hard to tell that he's going to be so okay. But he was, so it's probably too greedy of a trinket, but this is not a matchup where we get punished for that. They're clearly not spiting. We've played like 4 minutes of the game so far. They're not spiting at all, so there's no real punish for that except for like stun double dressed, and that's scarier for the DH that doesn't have plate armor. So I think it was okay. It was probably not a kill on the R Shaman. I mean, clearly it wasn't, but maybe it doesn't even look like one. But, you know, win for it, didn't get it. I don't think I can really get punished on it. We're still at least keeping pressure up. And, of course, chains, waiting for CDs, pillar, remorseless, they all go down instant. It's like I'm doing a PvE rotation on these guys since it's melee versus melee. And on that grip, I knew I didn't have blind or anything. I was just trying to keep pressure up. And he was able to fell eruption, so I just get some pressure. Look, this guy's low, this guy's low. This guy's okay, but soon to be low. We like swapping over to the R Shaman, and I immediately turn back. It looks like we have a kill here, especially since I have solo dressed in 35, but if we could keep him low, but we can't. I mean, I can't catch him. So we both run back, and we go back to playing the game where I press Chains of Ice, and we line. Hopefully you guys are starting to see a familiarity here. In the other Coach Flarkness videos, there was all sorts of stuff being talked about left and right, differences. But we do the same thing because that's the comp. Once you start getting better at what the comp does, you're going to do it over and over and over again. You're not going to do other things that aren't what the comp does well. So, yeah. And we're going to change both these guys and sit on whoever sits on Gilly. Gilly's going to run them in. We ended up agreeing that this was a mistake because I didn't have a go yet because the R Shaman was lining. And Gilly almost dies for it. So I think we have to dark. It's really panic inducing. He doesn't have to dark, but man, that was a scary moment. So that, nothing about me there. That was just a weird communication problem. Nothing about, or Frosty case specifically. But yeah, thank God he didn't die there. There's a meta from Andrew. They're staying aggressive. I'm keeping chains. I can throw out AMS if I need to help our team stay aggressive because they got a lot of pressure there. So next time we get pressure, we're going to have to snowball it. But you can see we really start falling behind, but as long as we keep chaining, we can eventually recover and then once again get a win condition. So you can see there, he stunned him, double stunned him. Andrew immediately trinketed. I went for the chill streak, he fell rushed out of it. Good play from Andrew. And then since I realized, well, you're not going to have Nova for a minute anyway, I grip blinded to help us stabilize, and all three of us are going to be at full health. So if only we had 4 people, that'd make this way easier. War Stomp comes out, just a peel. Not like he has a lot of good windows for those. And we got the DH's trinkets, now we're going to be looking at him rest of the game. Hex, but it immediately breaks. I was going to run that into their cleave, but it just immediately broke anyway. Or maybe got dispelled by Gilly, who he can do that. I don't remember, honestly, in that game. Kind of looked like it was dispelled. That was very fast. Good dispel. I'm just going to keep chains and pressure on both. I'm going to try and get Obliterates off to get my pillar back up so we can do a go. Now he's getting stunned, and I grip War Stomp on that. That was a very good play. So we're not going to have blind for 31. It seems weird to do a half War Stomp, but this is a perfect time to get cleave and trying to get some panic out of them, and to just stop goes on Gilly with spam purge and big damage. So we're keeping on the offensive now. Just like I said, we had to swing it back the other way, and we do a fantastic job of that. Fell eruption on a DH with no trinket is huge pressure for us. And then the grip triple War Stomp, you can see again, look at this. When all of these health bars are stacked, you know something's going really well. And that is really good. Swap over the R Shaman, soften him up. just swapping back and forth, trying to get gushing on everything, trying to get howling blast on everything, just trying to do as much damage as possible. We have another go in 18 seconds. So this go, we want to kill this guy. He has no trinket. Our shaman is low, DK is low. Dampening hits, so our cleave is starting to get really, really impactful. Both healers running low on mana. Of course, I can never really let him just freely tee off on my Ardrid, so chains are being pressed. Howling Blast on all three. You'll see that's something I do. I keep Howling Blast on all three because I know we're going to swap to him. Huge Death Strikes here. Again, it's not late dampening. No Mortal Strike. I will be okay. And once again, he gets in a pretty awkward situation here, and I think this time we have to Dark. But we Grip Blind for the Peel. Doing a counter go. Looks like we don't have to Dark. That was really good. We got 2 trinkets off of that. 2 trinkets off that counter go. That was perfect timing. We saw it. We got it. Pulled him in. Now we have Pillar back up. Trying to keep chains on Andrew again. Chains every time on the DK. And Gilly just doing a great job living this for an hour and a half. This is sketchy, but I think we Dark it. Yep. So we Dark there. Finally trading something out. This gives us another good window to set up our goes. Running out of mana. Running out of time. Dampening is striking. This is where my Frost Fever on everything, gushing on everything, chains everything, get goes, is going to finally, effectively end the game with my DH's pressure. So yeah, you'll see it. Just keeping those things on him. He goes up in the air. I even say, I remember this, he went up in the air before I pop my CDs. We can win. That was really good for us. I grip there because I know I don't have blind in a while. I want to just make sure that I get something to heal off of. I have AMS as well. I'm going to press that to keep my Ardrid's mana pretty high. We're in dampening. He's at 25k mana. Just throwing that out there. Killing the DH. We're going to get a lot of pressure out of him, and we're looking to set up a go in 2 seconds. This is just where we start snowballing really hard. I dressed it in there as well. We get darkness from that dress. That's insane. So we got everything right before I pop my CD. So you see blur, darkness. They are running out of trinkets. They're running out of time. This is where we set up a go. Just those are the types of things that you're looking for. He jukes me there. That's unfortunate. But those are the types of things you're looking for when you're trying to set up goes as these teams. And having all this sustained damage from the Haze First Gushing build is really good. You can see how panicked these guys are when he's just dipping out of there like that. I do a Grip Line, War Stomp, Chill Streak go by myself. And then I get the blood of the enemy and it's still bouncing. So we actually get a ton of pressure with that. The DH trinkets, and we get Ascendant. So we're just rocking all of their CDs. In the span of, I guess, 35 to 40 seconds, we got every button that either of them could press. And it seems like they're all completely fine. But when you have no more buttons, the next time you get pressure, you are probably no longer completely fine. So, there you go. Fell Eruption on the DH. He has no trinket, he has no buttons, no blur, no darkness, no ascendance. They have nothing. So now they're getting really scared. He has to go back up in the air, so we can obviously swap to the other people and just get them low. This is where, once again, we can snowball. I have my AMS back up. I can play aggressive. Just a really good situation for us to be in. I have Grip Blind in 18 seconds. They're looking like they have the advantage. I can assure you it's a ruse. As long as we have that CD race 1, it gets really, really hard for an R-Shaman to ever recover from this situation. We can just keep stunning him on cooldown, getting pressure. He has to come in and link. That gets him really low. Obviously, you can see me immediately reapply that Frost Fever there. That's the kind of thing I'm recognizing. You know, we can rot all 3, just get him when he comes in. We're going to do a go as soon as he gets in. Grip, blind. We get the Nova on both. They all run away. They're trinket. They're running. I don't even have Chill Streak. We just baited them so hard. We're just winning the snowball race now. And this will keep going until they lose the game. I will keep applying the dots to the R-Shaman. We will keep changing everything. We will keep doing constant goes, whether or not I have Chill Streak or not. And I'm scared here. You can see my face light up because I'm like, dude, we win this game. It's on me, it's on me. He goes for a drink. This is time to just get pressure, get more things out of them. My DH immediately goes to stop it. He gets imprisoned, but that was AMS out of the DK. These things don't seem like they matter, but they're what allows us to keep snowballing. Every time we get something, we can just keep snowballing pressure. I have Chill Shriek, Blood of the Enemy. He has no AMS, that kind of sort of thing. He has no darkness. The DK now has no trinket. They're rotting to death. They're running He has to go up before we press buttons. Now I think we see our window. So because of all of this, we've constantly put ourselves in a situation where they can't just burn. So you may think, okay, yeah, but all of those things, you've been saying that for 4 minutes, but yeah, where did you kill? Like, how did that lead you to a kill? It's not even that. We win this game in dampen, and we can kill them, the Arshaman, effortlessly in dampen, especially when they're rotting to death. So all we have to do is not let them our Druid with mana burns right in the beginning of the game. So all of that time I was calling out all those things that we were doing to get the things that they were doing. What were they not doing? Running at our Druid, killing him, and mana burning him. So we have enough time then to get to the situation where we win the game. So all the time, oh, he had to AMS there, he wasn't able to get pressure. Oh, he had to drink there. Oh, they had to run back and peel there. Oh, they had to do this. Oh, they had to do that. It was not killing Gillycell with mana burns and damage. And thus, we're able to finally get to the situation where all of them are rotted, no AMS, no immediate counter pressure, no darkness, and we can get to the situation where we can just look at this guy, the Arshaman, cleave all 3 of them. There's the IBF. I know that I have kill. We're going to have Chill Shriek and Blood of the Enemy. They're all getting rotted to death. There's just no way. Blood of the Enemy comes out, Chill Shriek comes down, bouncing off of pets, and it's over. So it does seem, right, that all of the stuff I was talking about, it didn't seem to matter until it really, really, really did. And that is Frosty KDH Archer. We actually play another game after this to get to 30-50. And we beat an RM Pal. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that's where we end it. Hey, there you go. Snack that. That's where we're ending it right now. I know it's a lot of words. There's a lot of stuff going on in these games. I hope that I recognize enough of my own mistakes as something that I could do better to show you guys that there's always value in just like always trying to see, oh shit, I could have done that. And just trying to think about the build and the comp and the utility and all of these things and how they blend together. And, snowballing, pressure, rotating defensives, all these words that I mentioned, hopefully this gives some context to what that actually means. And it's a 1 hour and 2 minute video, boys. See you in the next one. Take care.